3, 2, 1. Welcome back to City Focus. We have Jessica Catlett from VLPRA here to tell us about the things that's going on within the Parks and Rec area. Welcome, Jessica.
Hi.
Okay, it's the start of the year, and you guys are busy all the time. I know you're probably more busy during the football season.
Yes.
But what is going on now at the Parks and Rec department?
Well, the biggest thing that we have happening right now is registration for our youth baseball and softball program. It is open from 3-year-olds up to 13-year-olds, basically. And we even accept some older 2-year-olds. It just depends on when your child turns 2. So if you have an older 2, then you may be eligible. Just check out our website, and we'll get into the website in just a few minutes about how you can register and where to look. But yeah, it's a fantastic experience for these little kids to get out and play. In the spring, our teams are based on Major League Baseball teams.
Okay.
So every child gets a jersey and a hat with his or her registration fee, and that jersey and hat will be for the Braves or the Orioles or the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Red Sox. And the kids get really excited to play for a Major League team, and a lot of times when the season ends, they continue to follow that team through the regular baseball season. So it's a way that parents and kids can bond even after the baseball season ends.
Okay. And now, we talked a little bit about the kids. What kind of adult programs we have going on at this point?
For adults, we are registering for our adult men's basketball league. We have 2 of those. So at another time of the year, we'll have our 30 and up league. Right now, this is our young men's league at 17 and up. That does not preclude our 30-year-olds. If you're 30 and you can ball, then come on. But you know, we do want you to know that you're going to be competing against some 17-year-olds too. So our games are at the Mildred Hunter Community Center.
Okay.
And they're Tuesdays and Thursday nights. And then back to baseball really quickly, I didn't mention, those game nights are Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
Okay.
But kids will only play 2 games a week. So you'll play 2 of those 3 days.
Okay.
Your games will be at either Volatile Youth Athletic Complex in town, at Freedom Park up near Moody, or at South Lowndes Recreation Complex in Lake Park.
Okay.
The fee is $50 for the non-competitive leagues, and so that's the little kids, the 3 and the 4-year-olds for T-ball, and the 3, 4, and 5-year-olds for T-ball, or sorry, for coach pitch rather.
Okay.
And those are co-ed. And then it's $75 for the competitive leagues. And so we have a 5 and 6-year-old coach pitch competitive league, and then 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Okay. We're always looking for coaches for those leagues, so please keep that in mind as well.
Okay. Like, you're always looking for coaches. If I want to volunteer, or I know somebody wants to volunteer, what do we need to do?
Okay, if you're going to volunteer with us, you have to fill out a background check. And you're going to do that in the same place that you would register. So you're going to go to www.vlpra.com. You can Google us, and that's going to show up as the first result. And then that's our website right there. You're just going to click on volunteer at the top right of the page, and that's going to take you right there to what you're looking at, which is our volunteer database. It's our background check portal. You're going to fill everything out. It is not going to ask you for a dime. You don't have to do any credit card payments, nothing. We take care of all of that. Okay. So you'll just fill it out. You'll get an email that says that, yes, you've submitted, we got your results, or we got that you submitted, rather, and we'll email you again when your results come back. Once your results come back, you'll get that email. Call us. Let us know, hey, I want to coach baseball. Or you can call us at any time and say, I filled out my background check. But we do need to know so we can kind of pencil you in as a coach. And then we'll have you come up to our office, and you'll get a badge with your picture on it with an expiration date of 1 year from the day you get your background check back.
Awesome, awesome. Now we've talked about all of the fun things with adult league, kid league, but VLPRA also has an incredible economic development as far as the town goes. Talk about tournaments we bring in and how much money we're bringing in outside of Lowndes County.
I'll tell you what, people always think about youth baseball and football and adult sports and, you know, frisbee and just the parks, and that is stuff that we do. We do all of those things, but we are also an economic engine for Valdosta and Lowndes County. And for the past few years, we've been tracking our economic impact. Every year, we work with the Valdosta Lowndes County Tourism Authority to bring in tournaments, baseball tournaments, tennis tournaments, and we're starting to expand our reach, and I'll get into that in a second. But we bring in these tournaments, and we're bringing in, you know, between 25 and 35 tournaments every single year that play in our parks, in our facilities, and they're coming from places like North Carolina, Ohio, New York. They're coming from all over. and they're spending money. They're eating in our restaurants, they're staying in our hotels, and it's money that's coming into our county, our city, that we as citizens don't have to spend. So it's really helpful. And we work really hard to bring those tournaments in with the Tourism Authority. 2 years ago, our economic impact was $4 million on our area. $4 million just from tournaments. Last year, it was $5 million. Or in 2015, it was $5 million. We just tallied up the 2016 numbers, and for the calendar year 2016, our economic impact is over $6 million.
Wow. $6 million.
We have brought in more than 11,000, almost 12,000 participants from these tournaments. We've brought in almost 8,000 room nights to total that $6 million over the course of 33 tournaments, and that counts softball, baseball, tennis, that's adult and youth, and we use the Georgia Department of Tourism economic impact calculators.
Okay.
They have those available to municipalities and parks and rec agencies, and so we go on there and we use their calculator to fill this out. They ask things like, how many days is your event? Is it an adult or a youth event? Is it an elimination tournament, which means that if it's a 3-day tournament and people are eliminated after the second day, they might go home. So they take that into account.
Okay.
And then they spit that number back out at us, and we add them all up and tally them, and this is our conservative number based on what we've given the Department of Tourism.
Gotcha. That's a big plus to our local taxpayers because we're being subsidized by other people who are not from Lowndes County.
Exactly, and it's a great thing because we have fantastic facilities that people want to travel from states away and spend their money to come play at. And these tournament directors see what we have and they say, yes, people will come play at my tournament if I'm where you are. You're in a great location, you've got beautiful facilities, you've got a great town, you've got wonderful restaurants, you've got a great array of hotel and motel options for every budget. So yes, we want to come to your town. You're right on I-75, really easy to get to. And so they come here and they've got these great facilities. And then we are able to say, yes, we have these wonderful facilities. Let's keep maintaining them. They're beautiful, and maybe even build more at some point. And then our residents in Valdosta and Lowndes County get to use those wonderful facilities that other people are helping to support and pay for, really.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that we're missing that we need people to know about what's going on in the spring or VLPRA at any time?
Well, we're working on our spring and summer program guides. That should be out before too much longer, and that will be on our website. Again, it's VLPRA.com. You can do all of your registration there. You just click on Register Online, and that's going to give you your catalog of available options of what's happening right now. You can register for baseball or sign your whole team up for adult basketball that we talked about. Or again, at the top of the page, you go to volunteer. You can do the volunteer option. And that's where everything's going to be, VLPRA.com. Again, please make sure that you volunteer, get your background check in before the season starts, because what happens sometimes is you'll have a head coach, and then that head coach, something happens, and they've got to miss a practice or miss a game, and none of the parents have done their background checks, so they're not allowed in the dugout. Yeah. You have to have a badge to be in the dugout. Gotcha. You have to have a badge to run a practice, to run a game, to have a roster. So it's completely free. Go ahead and do it, and then you have it in your back pocket, and then if you've got to step in and help, you're there.
There you go. Well, Jessica, I want to thank you for coming in.
Thanks
it's
for
always awesome information. You guys do great things at the VLPRA, and we'll be back here on City Focus.